Hello, my beautiful budgeting friends. How are you guys doing? This video is obviously very late in the month. Not my intention. I ended October and started November being sick, so it was just one of those. If you watched my first 100 envelope stuffing of the month, I talked a little bit about it. But the last part of like not feeling well was, you know, that like part of when you're not like sick where you're just like, it's like a dry cough and nothing's coming out, and it's just like when you're talking. So that was kind of like that last symptom that was holding on, and I'm like, okay, I could try to film a video, but I would just be editing like me coughing all the time. So I was like, okay, let me get better. So we are back to good health. We are back. And with that being said, it is time. If you guys saw, I finally posted my how much debt I'm in video last month. I talked about my highest debt, which was August. I actually put my papers here. August was my biggest debt total ever at $75,863.37. And then last month we were at $71,985.61, and we paid off $3,877.76 since August. And if you didn't watch the last debt update video, you definitely should go over there, go hear all of that good stuff. But basically the reason I was able to pay so much off in September is because I sold my car. So that is where that money came from that ended up being used on my debt. So with that being said, let's get into November's debt totals, which I did write this down. I'm pretty sure it was the first, because that's usually when I like to sit down and write my debt totals. Like to write my debt totals on the first or the second. I feel like, you could pick any day you want, but to be consistent, especially when it comes to credit cards, because of like the closing dates on stuff and then interest hits. So I like to be consistent. I just do the first because I feel like that's the easiest. So let's get into what our debt was at the beginning of the month. I'm trying to think if there is any updates for you guys. I guess we will wait till we're in it and if something pops up. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna go over credit cards first. We'll fill all this out, total it up, do the loans, total up, then we'll do grand total. I think that's what we are thinking. I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as I can because the sun is starting to set, which I hate this time of year just because how early the sun sets. Like, it feels like the day's over. Like, I need to go to bed, and it's like 5 o'clock. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into this. First credit card is going to be our Target credit card, which was $470.98. And then my Citi credit card was $2,880.51. I'm going to see if I can move this over just a little bit closer. Okay, and then we have, did I say 81 cents? 51 cents. I don't know what I just said. I'm sorry, guys. My Verizon credit card, I don't know why I didn't put credit card there, is $1,317.54. I did, if you guys saw last update, I did pay off my phone. So I used to have like the credit card and then my phone balance because I consider that as debt. I decided that like months ago. I think I actually talked about it in a video. So my phone is paid off. I paid it off with the money I made from selling my car. That was one thing I did outside of paying off like cards and loans. So I am going to try to keep the payment the same that I was paying towards this because it automatically, my phone gets paid through this balance. So I pay like the amount for my phone bill and I pay like the minimum And obviously it used to be higher because I was paying off my phone through my phone bill. So I'm going to keep that payment the same to help it get down. And hopefully this is one that is on my list to pay off. And I'll go over when I write all the totals, kind of like what my game plan is as of right now. Things can shift. Like I always kind of like re-look at everything once I pay something off and be like, okay, where are we at? Should we keep going with what I thought? Should we change to something else? So Discover is $8,965.70. My American Express is $4,097.53. And then my Fifth Third, I know I put credit card, even though we know it's a card, $2,639.82. My Chase credit card, which is currently my highest. This is closed. When I was going through it this summer and having a hard time finding another job, I took hardship with basically all of my cards. I've been on a hardship with American Express because they actually offered it to me like way before I even went through the struggles with my, like this summer. I think it was last year, like the end of last year, they're like, hey, like, do you want to do a program? So I can't spend on this card, and it's been automatic, same payment since then. So that works, and that's exciting knowing, that next month this will be under 4,000. But yeah, Chase is one that with their hardship assistance program, I actually had to close my account. So the APR on this is actually like really small now. And I have automatic payments until it's paid off, which is like, it's technically a long time, but we're going to pay this off way faster than minimums every month. But that is probably going to be the last card I pay off. My Apple card is $3,771.26. And then the Surge credit card, which this credit card, if you've been around since I did the last update, this was a card that I opened out of like desperation when I was struggling over the summer with jobs and income. And I opened this so I could get my work uniform from like the job that I got hired with before, and then I got ghosted from that job. Crazy story. But then I ended up starting a new job. So I used this, and then obviously like then I was just spending on it because I had like no money. But the exciting part, all that to say that this card balance is down to $57.08. So this is paid off this month. If I was saying this on the first, I'd be like, that is. I have, as of filming this video on November 12th, I have paid this off, which is very exciting. I knew like when I got it down to this at the end of last month, I'm like, yes, I'm going to make that last payment. So again, a small win, very exciting. It wasn't a super high balance to begin with. Actually, it was kind of high. I don't know why I was thinking 250. I think it's because I got it down to 250 after I sold my car. So it was 513.11 that we started off with. And as of November 1st this month, it was 57.08. And then as of November 12th this month, it is paid off. So exciting. So I actually do this on, I have like one of these in my planner that I like rough draft. And this is actually what I do when something gets paid off. I like to highlight it. And we'll do. I was able to pay this off on the 3rd of this month, which is very exciting. So I like to put that because when I look back on these pages, it's always nice to see like, okay, this was the month I paid this off and this was when I was able to pay off, which is very exciting. And you guys get a little sneak peek that obviously December 1st, this will not be here. I'm waiting for this to, it's like updated on the website, but I'm just waiting for it to next statement go like fully zero, make sure everything's good. There's like no extra interest. And then I'm actually going to close this card. I just have no intention of keeping it long term. I don't mind having credit cards, obviously, if we're paying it back. And I don't know what switched in me the last few months, but I have been so consistent of like if something is charged to a credit card or I'm out and it's just easier to do that, I immediately within the next few days, if I have the cash for it, because I normally do, like it's budgeted out in cash, I deposit it and I pay it off. So I've been really consistent. I don't know what switched in me mentally of like, this is happening. But yeah, super exciting things. So that brought our credit card total to, now it is $33,851.87. And I know I was talking too about, so I was worried more of like getting everything kind of down a little bit from the balance, more so from my credit score. I have re-signed at my current place that I'm renting in. I wasn't gonna stay. There's things I don't necessarily love about this place, but I was able, like when I went to go put my notice in, they actually talked to me about instead of they weren't even gonna increase the rent because the market's dipped a little bit, so everything is lower. They weren't going to increase my base rent, but everything was lower, so it didn't make any sense. So when I went to go turn in my letter and I just told them like financially this doesn't make sense, they actually brought it down to market value, so it made it worth it. So now we don't have to worry about the credit score for like another year. So that is why I'm like, I'm probably going to close this by the end of the year. That way if my credit takes a hit, it's fine. We have time to recover, and this isn't what I'm going to keep long term. So we'll get into the loan. My student loans used to be Nelnet. Now it is CRI. And this is the only one that is up. I have been on a deferment plan for a year, and it was supposed to start back, I think, last month, but with them switching, they gave me like 2 months. So it is at $11,939.41. Our first payment back is going to be December 2nd. So you probably will see another increase for December 1st. And then we'll see our first decrease January 1st because we'll be back into paying. And I have like 4 loans through that. I have like A, B, C, D. So once we get closer to tackling this, I'm going to start dividing them. I actually might start doing that starting next month because now we'll be back to paying. I'm going to put the student loan like big total, and then I'm going to put each loan amount to break down because as we knock these out, I will knock out more, and I think that's always good to see, the individual one. Car repair loan is... Sorry, I'm like looking over and I was like, it's getting dark and my eyes are like, hold on, I can't read. Is $2,400. We did make a payment from last month. No. Yeah, we made a payment. We made a $50 payment. So that is down a little bit. And net credit, which is my highest APR anything right now, is $1,316.14. Like if I don't make extra payments on this, majority of this payment gets like eaten by interest. So after after I paid off this month, my focus is shifting to this Target card. Just cause I'm like, we're gonna just knock this out really fast. What am I thinking? I was able to put extra towards it already this month. So I'm thinking this is due the 5th of the month. So by December 5th, I think I'm gonna have this paid off because I have a pet sitting job Thanksgiving week. So I think that's gonna help me knock out this bad boy. And then we are gonna shift, because again, for me, I know it makes sense, and like it makes sense to just, why instead of paying this off, I pay this off, because like I just said, it has a higher APR. Again, I think it's small wins for me in my brain, especially being back on track. I'm like, let me just knock this. Like I knocked this one out, gonna knock this one out. And then it's like 2 small wins. And then this is gonna be our focus. We're gonna shift to net credit, because I said this is the highest interest. So we're gonna knock this one out. And then honestly, we'll probably pop over here to the Verizon credit card, because that is obviously the next lowest. But that could change. Obviously, things could shift in the new year, but we'll definitely talk about that. But yeah, I just wanted to knock out 2 small wins. We knocked this one off, hoping to knock that one off soon. And then we're coming for this one, which honestly, there's some things in play with, money for Christmas that is coming from, my papa passed away. Oh my gosh, what is it? Like, what are we now? My papa passed away like 2 months ago. And with Christmas coming up, my parents have been talking about some of the money he left, me and my siblings getting some money. So I plan on whatever the amount is, I am going to put towards this loan. So we will be able to make an extra payment around Christmas time, and then whatever we have left is what we're gonna focus on knocking out in the beginning of the year. And then going into the last 3 loans on here, we've got, I'm making sure I got all this right. Loan number 1 is down to $1,900. We were able to make a payment last month. That was my goal starting last month, making a payment on these 4. And we did that. And then loan number 2 is down to $9,350. And we got the change taken off there. And loan number 3, which is my highest loan, is $9,950. So yeah, and if you are following along on my 100 envelope savings challenge progress, I have talked about it, I think in the last 2 stuffings, which one of those you probably already saw, and then the other one you'll probably see after this, because I'm able to catch up today on videos, and I can finally film this video. But all of my 100 envelope savings challenge, like money, the $5,050 I'm gonna stuff, is going towards loan number 3. So, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, what is that? 9,950. So if you do that's a 3. 9,950. Sorry, it's getting dark, guys. Minus 5,050. We just need to get the payment down $4,900, kind of like meet to pay that completely off, which honestly, I'm not gonna lie, knowing it's going towards my highest loan motivates me even more to try to like stuff the bigger envelopes, because I'm like, this is all going to this debt. This is gonna knock my debt down. And I'm not counting it. I thought about counting it like towards the whole total. And like, for instance, you know, the first envelope I was able to stuff this month was $99. So I could easily go in here and subtract $99 as, you know, I made that payment. But I'm going to wait because I am making a huge chunk payment of the $5,050. So that's motivating me to get it done even faster, which is exciting because that will get the totals down way quicker. So for our loan side, the total here is, oh my gosh, pen, hello, $36,855.55, which, you know, crazy. It is what it is. We're making it. And like I said, sorry it's dark, guys. I obviously am almost done. The sun is setting and we are going to finish this up. So, grand total this month, we were at $70,707.42. So, when I wrote this down on the first, even being sick, I was so excited that I know this will be under 70,000 on December 1st, just because with like the minimums of everything, and we'll be close to paying this one off, so I'll have extra payments on this. Like, I'm gonna be under 70,000, which is so exciting. That like my first goal was getting under 70,000, which again, if you forget in the beginning of the video, we started off at $75,863.37, and then we'll be at 69,000. Amazing. We'll start off the new year. I mean, again, I feel like with a balance this big, you have to take those small wins. And then since last month, October 1st to November, we have paid off $1,278.19. So that is very exciting, and knowing I did that last month, we are definitely gonna get this down. So I'm very excited next month to update you guys that we are under $70,000, because that is amazing. And I know people are gonna be like, why are you excited? You're still $69,000 in debt. The way to make progress is literally $1 at a time, you know? And I was able to pay off, like I said, more debt than I would have been in a month to month if I didn't sell my car. But I'm very fortunate that I was able to sell my car and put that money towards not only like registering. My grandpa gave me his old car. It is like, how old is it? Like 15 years old. It has 138,000 miles on it. I'm definitely going to have to get some work done on it. But again, a car is a car. I'm very grateful. And yeah, I'm excited to make more progress next month. I'm excited to update you guys. Yeah, I'm so excited. T. Little dances. Honestly, you guys might not even see this balance next month. It just depends. It depends what I can do. It depends how this month goes and how much from like my pet sitting I can put towards this. Because like I said, I already made an extra payment. I've literally just been hustling. I actually did a day pet sitting job with the same dog that I normally watch and the neighbor's dog, because the pet parents went out of town for the day, and they just wanted someone to stay with babies, let them out. So I did like anything I do, guys. We're making this extra money. We're putting it towards debt. I'm very excited. Like I said, I'm very excited next month for this to be 69,000. And yeah, if you guys are not subscribed, definitely subscribe. I want to say thank you guys so much for being around for my journey, and definitely I suggest keeping up with it, because I don't know, something in my mindset just changed recently, especially the last few months with being on track, getting everything, and this feeling and knowing like I had a moment maybe like last month where I was sitting there with my bills. I was looking at them and I was like, let me calculate how much I would be paying in bills if I didn't have debt. And I looked at that number and I was like, okay, I really need to get out of debt. Like, I'm in a new decade. For those of you guys who don't know, I turned 30 in February. I had every intention of being out of debt by the time I was 30, but I clearly didn't learn the lessons that I needed to learn. But now we are on track to get this paid off. I'm excited. I am going to be consistent with updating you guys, because not only does it keep me accountable, but it's always so fun to share my journey, because as long as one person, you know, either relates to it, it inspires, or, you know, they just like watching it, it means so much to me, because I like yapping about finances. But yeah, so that is going to be our November debt total update video. As of November 1st, we were in $70,707.42. And I can tell you, because I am filming this halfway through the month because of not being able to speak from being sick in the beginning, that we're making progress. I don't know if we're under 70. I honestly don't go through and like calculate balances and how much I've paid off in the middle of the month. I just wait until the beginning because I like seeing the full progress. But I have a really good feeling that we are under, and especially, like I said, with just kind of paying the minimums, and I think we paid like an extra $100 for the Surge credit card last month. We're definitely gonna get this down. But like I said, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. I love you. And I will see you guys in the next video, and definitely the first week of December for our next debt total update video. And that will be obviously our last one of the year, which is crazy. Also, something I was thinking about today, it's going to be definitely a stretch because it's going to be a lot, but I was thinking of doing Vlogmas because not only is it fun, it will definitely probably be, you know, different lengths of videos. They won't all be like long talking, like this one is 26 minutes right now. It might be some shorter ones, but I think it'd be fun to kind of like end the year, because I mean, we do have to set up new goals for the new year. We do have to have everything. So I was definitely thinking of Vlogmas. If that's something you guys would watch, let me know. I know it'll be a lot. But yeah, that's just what I was thinking about earlier, but definitely a possibility. And with that being said, I will let you guys go. The sun is setting. It's basically 10 p.m. at 5 o'clock. But I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.